Hello, I'm Nikki Newman. This is my official YouTube channel. Please subscribe and support us.
The Young and the Restless spoilers. Welcome back to our channel, fellow Y&R addicts. Today is just another beautiful day to dive deep into the absolute chaos happening in Genoa City, and we have so much to unpack right now. I cannot even breathe right now after watching the confrontation between Diane Jenkins Abbott and Patty Williams. I am literally typing this at 2 in the morning because I am so wired and I just need to get these thoughts out of my system before my head explodes. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? The absolute sheer audacity of Patty Williams to stand there, looking Diane dead in the eye, and basically tell her she is a ticking time bomb. I was screaming at my screen. Screaming. Because the thing is, Patty is completely out of her mind, but she is also 100% right. And that is what makes this entire storyline so incredibly terrifying and brilliant at the same time. I have been watching this show religiously since 2015, and I swear, whenever they put two unhinged queens in the same room, it is pure television gold. But I am genuinely scared for everyone involved right now. Let's just break down that scene for a second because I am still reeling from the tension. Diane is standing there, trying to hold onto her perfectly manicured Abbott matriarch facade, yelling at Patty about needing to be locked back up in the mental health facility where she belongs. And Patty doesn't even flinch. She just hits Diane with that creepy, knowing smile and says, "And when it crashes down, and it will crash down, you are gonna be way more dangerous than I ever was." I had literal chills all over my arms, chills because Patty knows game recognizes game. Patty has spent years being the resident psycho of Genoa City, carrying around dead stuffed cats and poisoning people. Remember when she poisoned Summer Newman? Yeah, didn't work to kill her, but I haven't forgotten that either. But Patty looks at Diane and sees a darkness that even she doesn't possess. And let's be real for a second. Diane has been playing the long game for so long that we almost forgot who she really is. I know some people in the forums are loving this whole Diane is reformed and just loves Jack narrative, but personally, I have never bought it, not for one single second. You do not just erase decades of faking your own death, abandoning your child, and manipulating every man in town just because you got a shiny new wedding ring. Diane has been right-knuckling her sanity for months. She has been swallowing her pride, playing nice with Kyle, playing nice with the Abbotts, and dealing with Phyllis constantly screeching at her. And now Victor Newman has literally pushed her to the absolute brink by using Patty to drug her husband and put him in bed with her. I'm sorry, but can we talk about Victor for a minute? Victor Newman is an absolute menace to society and I kinda love him for it. But this is so twisted even for the mustache. He actually supplied Patty with the drugs to slip into Jack's drink. He orchestrated this entire sick tableau on the boat just to ruin Jack's life because Victor cannot stand to see Jack happy. It is petty, it is toxic, and it is classic Victor. But Victor might have severely miscalculated this time. He thinks he is just playing a prank on his old rival, but he has actually awakened a sleeping dragon. Diane is not just mad, she is homicidal. You can see it in her eyes. The way Susan Walters is playing this right now, she deserves an Emmy just for the eye twitches alone. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, back to the point. Diane is already spiraling because of the boat incident. She walks in, sees Jack in bed with Patty, and her entire world shatters into a million pieces. Jack is swearing up and down that he was drugged, that he didn't do anything. But Diane's trust issues are so deep-rooted that she cannot see straight. And honestly, I don't blame her. If I walked in on my husband in bed with the woman who has terrorized this town for decades, I would probably burn the boat down with both of them on it. But Diane doesn't do that. She simmers. She plots. She wants to make everyone pay. But then the writers decide to just pour a giant bucket of gasoline on the fire. Because if the Patty thing wasn't enough, Diane then catches Jack and Nikki in a compromising situation. I mean, come on, Jack. Are you actually the dumbest man in Wisconsin? Your wife is already on the verge of a psychotic break because she thinks you cheated on her with a lunatic, and your brilliant idea is to go cozy up with your ex-wife, who happens to be the wife of the man who orchestrated the whole thing. Make IT make sense. Jack is out here trying to team up with Nikki to get revenge on Victor. He thinks he is being so smart, so strategic. He is probably thinking, oh, Nikki and I will take down Victor together. It will be brilliant. Yeah, remember when they tried this years ago? Didn't work then either, Jack? Every single time Jack tries to outsmart Victor, he ends up face down in the dirt. And now he is doing it while completely ignoring the fact that his current wife despises Nikki with the fire of 1,000 suns. Diane hates Nikki more than she hates Phyllis, and that is saying something. Seeing Jack and Nikki whispering together, looking all intimate, that was the final nail in the coffin for Diane's sanity. So now we have Diane completely isolated, feeling betrayed by the love of her life, mocked by a certified psychopath, and targeted by the most powerful man in town. What is she gonna do? She is gonna snap. She's gonna snap so hard that the shockwaves are gonna be felt in Los Angeles. I am calling it right now. Diane is going to try to murder Patty Williams. I know, it sounds extreme, but think about it. Patty is the loose end. Patty is the one taunting her. Patty is the physical manifestation of Victor's plot and Jack's supposed betrayal. And frankly, I am here for it. As much as I love Stacy Hyduke and her chaotic energy, Patty has been living on borrowed time for years. If Diane takes her out, it would be the ultimate power move. But it wouldn't just be about getting rid of Patty. It would be about sending a massive message to Victor. Diane wants to destroy Victor for what he did, but Victor is untouchable. He has security, he has money, he has plot armor thicker than a bank vault. So how do you hurt Victor? You destroy his pawns. You ruin his game board. You take away the people he is using to play his sick games. But wait, what if Patty is setting a trap? I just realized something. Patty went to visit Victor again today. They are still working together. What if this whole taunting Diane thing is exactly what Victor wants? What if Victor wants Diane to try and kill Patty so he can have Diane locked up in prison forever, thus removing her from Jack's life permanently? Oh my God. As I am typing this, I am realizing Victor is playing for chess while Diane is playing checkers. If Diane takes the bait and attacks Patty, she loses everything. She loses Jack, she loses her freedom. She loses Kyle. It is the absolute perfect setup. I know some people are saying Diane is way too smart to fall for it, but personally, I think grief and rage make people stupid, and Diane is drowning in rage right now. She has fought so incredibly hard to claw her way back into the Abbott mansion. She ate dirt, she groveled, she played the loving grandmother to Harrison. She suppressed every dark, manipulative instinct she had just to prove she was worthy of Jack's love. And Victor just snapped his fingers and destroyed it all in one night. You do not just walk away from that. You do not just file for divorce and move to a quiet condo in the suburbs. You demand blood. You want everyone to feel the exact same pain you are feeling. Let's talk about Jack's role in all this because I am so frustrated with him I could scream. Jack Abbott is supposed to be this brilliant businessman, but when it comes to women, he has the situational awareness of a rock. He is so focused on his petty war with Victor that he is completely blind to the fact that his wife is unraveling right in front of him. When Diane finally snaps and does something unforgivable, Jack is gonna stand there with that shocked look on his face, wondering how this happened. Hello, Jack, you happened. You pushed her away when she needed reassurance, and you ran straight into the arms of Nikki Newman. Am I the only one who feels like we are building up to a massive murder mystery? Remember years ago when they did the Who Shot Diane storyline? It was iconic. Everyone in town had a motive to kill her. Well, I feel like we are getting the reverse of that right now. We are gonna get a Who Did Diane Kill? Storyline, because it might not just be Patty. What if Diane goes after Nikki? What if she tries to poison Victor's espresso at society? The possibilities are endless, and I am literally on the edge of my seat waiting to see who catches the first bullet. And let's not forget the absolute poetry of Patty's warning. You are gonna be way more dangerous than I ever was. Patty knows that her own brand of crazy is messy. It is chaotic. It is leaving dead cats on porches and wearing weird wigs and giggling in corners. But Diane's brand of crazy is calculated. It is cold. It is surgical. If Diane decides to end you, she doesn't just stab you in an alley. She destroys your entire life, your reputation, your family, and then she ends you. Patty has basically handed Diane the villain baton, and Diane is about to run a marathon with it. I just keep replaying that confrontation in my head over and over. The tension in the room, the way Patty tilted her head like a confused puppy while delivering the most devastating psychological blow to Diane's fragile ego. It was soap opera perfection. But it also makes me so sad because I really did root for Jack and Diane this time around. I wanted them to be the end game. I wanted Diane to prove everyone wrong and just be happy. But this is Genoa City, and nobody gets to be happy forever. Especially not when Victor Newman decides he is bored and wants to ruin a marriage. So what is gonna happen next week? I am dreading it, but I also absolutely cannot wait. Diane is gonna find out that Patty and Victor are still meeting behind closed doors. She is gonna find some clue, some piece of evidence, and she is gonna realize the absolute depths of the conspiracy against her. And when she does, I pray for anyone who gets in her way. Jack better sleep with one eye open, and Nikki better hire extra security at the ranch. Because Diane Jenkins Abbott is officially off her leash, and the entire town is about to burn. I need to go drink some water and calm down, but please tell me I am not the only one losing my mind over this.